Welcome to the Little White Lie Digital Network with Caren Glasser. The Little White Lie is all about the lies that we tell ourselves about getting older and how to love the age that you're in. Hello everyone, Caren Glasser here, and welcome to the Little White Lie. I am so happy that you are here. If you are here on replay, terrific. Make sure you comment below because my guest and I, we will make sure to comment and respond, and you can still be a part of the conversation because this conversation goes on and on and on forever and ever and ever. And if you're so inclined, we would love for you to share it. Go ahead and click that little share button on your mobile device or on your computer or wherever you're sitting. Share, share, share. And of course, I want to do my reveal because I can. As it continues to grow, and grow. I want to make sure that you go visit us at thelittlewhitelie.com. And while you're there, I'm really excited. Sign up for the premiere issue of the Little White Lie digital magazine. It is coming out the first week in October. And in order to get that copy of it sent right into your email box without you having to lift a finger, go ahead and sign yourself up. And while you're at it, make sure you use the hashtag Little White Lie because that's how we can track you from all over the place. Okay, so today we are asking the question, okay, I've designed my life, now what? Great question. And we're doing this question because I have a repeat guest. She's back again. Her name is Darla Claire, and she's a lifestyle architect and success coach with certifications in timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, and NLP life coaching. Darla joined us several months ago, and I invited her to come back and join us because we had so many people that got engaged in this conversation that I knew we had to bring her back. So without further ado, welcome, Darla. How are you doing today?
I am great, Caren. Thank you so much for having me back on the show.
Well, you know what? You're back by popular demand because literally I was getting requests, bring Darla back. So Darla is back, and I'm really excited because of the topic. But before we jump into the topic, I like to ask everybody on the show, what is your little white lie? So take it away, Darla.
Thanks, Caren. Yeah, this is an interesting question. I wasn't really prepared for this, but you know what? I had a few years back, I went through a divorce, and my little white lie was I didn't want anybody to realize or even think about me missing a beat as far as my lifestyle was concerned. And the problem with that is that I wasn't sharing with my tribe or certain people. And so I've learned since then just to share and be totally authentic because people can see that you're struggling anyway, right? So that was my little white lie that I was trying to hide. And you know what? I'm so happy that I've come out of that closet, so to speak, with that.
You know, and I so totally understand that. So many of us, for whatever reason, we get embarrassed or we think that it makes us look less than or whatever it is. You are not alone in that. I know that for a fact because I did that as well. Same topic, same subject. Yeah. So the question that we're doing, I'm going to put it up on the screen. Okay, I've designed my life. Now what? So Darla, you know, we talked about designing our life last time, and a lot of people are like, that's a great topic, but what do we do? How do we do this? So now what?
Well, I mean, this is a topic that comes up a lot because a lot of people, they will design their life. They'll put it out there, what it is that they want to do, but there's a lot of people don't think about how to really succeed in getting to that place where you want to succeed. And one of the things that I do is I help my clients to remove those things that can become roadblocks or barriers to them succeeding. And that 100%, well, maybe not 100%, but the big deal is how we perceive things, right? So if we perceive something that happened in our past because of something that happened in our past or handed down generationally or whatever that could be limiting us, like a limiting belief. Honestly, there's tons of limiting beliefs about money, especially if you're designing your life, right? And we can get a new perspective on what happened or where we picked up those beliefs from our past, it will completely change your future. So that's one of the big things is to take some inventory on what those things could be that could be holding you back, or that you might have in your subconscious mind, and definitely in your conscious mind, that could be holding you back, and then take some steps to change your perception about that.
Well, so that's obviously the next question. Can you give us a couple of steps that somebody just stepping into this, what kind of steps can they take?
Well, part of it is doing it like an inventory, right? I mean, so I actually use a hypnotherapy type of practice for my clients to help to facilitate it really quickly. But honestly, we can do it ourselves by you can just write it down, what it is, when this happened, and kind of put yourself in the observer mode instead of being emotional about it, and look at it as if you're looking at it from somebody else's perspective. And then you can write down, jot down anything that you find that by what you can learn from that. What can I learn from that event that happened to me, say when I was 12 years old, about money? I'm just going to throw that out there. 12 years old, about money. What can I learn about that? What the things that I had been taught, was that really true? Maybe it was true for somebody else, but it was really true for me. And even if it is true for me, what can I do to change that? You know, what can I do to change it? So you got to go deep sometimes, and wait, and meditation works great to get those answers from our source, or from our higher self, and get those answers. And the answers that we should be getting is only for you personally. It's not about anybody else, no matter who else is involved. Not mom and dad's fault. It's not, my ex's fault, nobody else's fault. But the learnings are good for you, and they're positive learnings, only positive things for your future, that you can carry those into your future. Gives you a new perspective on things. And honestly, there's, like, for money, we're just talking about that right now. There's more than enough money to go around in the world. There's more than enough for everybody. Right. So that's a real good tip to get you moving, so you don't have those roadblocks.
Love it. Joey says, identifying the story is key and helps to release. Perfect.
Absolutely.
So let's ask our people that are watching right now, as you are designing your own life, what are those steps that you're taking? Why don't you go ahead and put them down there, and we'll put some of these up on the screen if you do put them on there, and we can, talk about that. So what about the roadblocks? Because there are always going to be roadblocks, and we do it to ourselves. And you talked a little bit about the mindset, and we do put these roadblocks up. So do we just say, we know it's a roadblock, it's there, acknowledge it, and step over? What do you do about the roadblocks? Well,
like I think it's really important. I'm a strong believer in this, to have what it is you've designed your life, what it is that you want to do, is to focus on your end game, right? Don't focus on the things that are behind you. I don't believe in being pushed by fear or pushed by negative. I believe strongly in being pulled by those things that we want. And it's just a tweak of our mind to go, yes, I'm going to focus on what I want, versus being focused on what I don't want anymore.
It's interesting. You brought up the fear word. And I would venture to guess that there are a lot of us that are watching, a lot of us that are here right in the screen, that fear sometimes rears its ugly head, and it stops me in my tracks. I mean, I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my stomach, because that's where I feel my fear. I am sure, ladies and gentlemen who are watching right now, how many of you have to face your fear? And how are you facing your fear? Nancy says, step aside from a roadblock as if a meteor was coming your way. Amen. Love that.
I love that.
I like that a lot. We've got a lot of comments coming in. I'm just going to put some of them up because, I can. So we got Kathleen, she was looking forward to the show today. Thank you, Kathleen. We appreciate it. And the magazine, which brings me into the magazine because one of our featured guests in the premiere issue of the Little White Lie digital magazine is you, Darla. I am so excited that you're going to be in this magazine. You're amongst some amazing people. You, of course, are amazing. And we want you guys out there to go and subscribe. We're not going to spam you. We're not going to overwhelm you with a bunch of crap. We really aren't. So go over there, go to littlewhitelie.com, sign up, and you'll get the premiere issue. You're going to see, you're going to see a great show with Darla. You're going to see I'm not even going to mention the other people until I mention the other people. And I also want you to put on your calendar October 4th, because that is actually the launch of the premiere issue, and we're going to do a live show with everyone that's in the magazine. Everyone's going to be joining together, and we're going to talk about what's in the magazine. And I do want to give a shout out to Joey Garrity, because she is, well, she's awesome. She's our Hollywood insider, and she is really helping to get the word out. So we are relying on all of you to help us get the word out as well. So some of you, I'm sure, are wondering, how do I get in touch with Darla? Because she's an awesome, awesome woman. Well, you can just go over to her website, to darla-claire.com, and you can connect with her there. You can also go to LinkedIn, Darla Claire. And if you want to go check her out on Instagram, she's got a really cool Instagram account. I follow her, and I want you to check her out as well. You're going to go to Darla Claire _lifestyle architect. I love that, by the way. Let's stop for a second. How do you define a lifestyle architect? What does that mean to you?
Well, for me, it means actually being conscious about designing my life and building it in such a way of how I want to go. Before, earlier in my life, and many, many people I know, they let life happen to them. Yeah. Instead of designing it. And when we design it, that's when there's so much juice in life. When we design it and we see that we're getting those things that we wanted, it's so exciting to be able to say, hey, this is what I want in life, and watch it unfold before you. It's really exciting, and it makes life worth living. So I think it's really important to design our lives.
And that's what makes you uniquely qualified to be having this conversation, because that is who and what you are. You can also follow Darla on Twitter at Committed Living. I would normally say I should be committed, but I'm not going to say that. And I'm going to go ahead and put the link back up for the website. We have some people requesting, how do you find the link to the digital magazine? You're not going to find a link. What you're going to find is a form just to put your name and email in, so that when the magazine comes out on October 4th, you will get that magazine sent directly to you. Any last thoughts, Darla, on this whole, now what? Now that we're doing this, now what? Any last thoughts?
Well, I just, want to say that we can all create the life that we want to. And if you want if you want help to make those mind changes, the way you perceive events, negative emotions, limiting beliefs, contact me. I have a free 30-minute complimentary discovery call, so we can pinpoint what it is you need quickly to get done.
And can they access that through your website, Darla-Claire?
Well, actually, the best one, I do most of my work on Facebook. So it's Facebook.
Okay. And your life. There it goes. I put it up there. That's awesome. And Joey just wants everyone to know, and this is a great, recommendation, because when people who have already experienced you We seem to have some technical difficulties. We all dropped out. I'm hoping that Darla will come back in before we say goodbye. But again, thank you so much for joining us today. We know that you have a choice as to where you spend your time, and we are forever grateful that you decided to spend your time with us. So go out and give somebody an awesome day, and we will see you next time on The Little White Lie. Goodbye, everyone.